Detectives Lopetal, McLaren. What do we got here?
We found a white male in his late 30s, face down, and he had no ID. He was hit over the head with some sort of blunt object, but no weapon was found at the scene. We have other officers searching the surrounding area, but the only thing we found is this. It was in his inside left jacket pocket.
It's a series. If we solve this, we'll be one step closer to finding the culprit.
This looks like a job for BC Division. Detectives McLaren and L Hospital. Hey, I was about to go down to the lab, see if they had anything. Want to come?
Sure, good idea. Let's go.
Detectives McLaren and L Hospital. Hey Taylor, find anything on our dead guy yet?
Hey guys, I just got back the ME's report. There's not much to say. DNA identifies the deceased as Professor Euler. He's an accomplished mathematician from Remon Incorporated. Evidence indicates that Euler was hit over the head with a lot of force. This definitely wasn't an accident. There was no other DNA evidence at the crime scene, so it's pretty much all I can tell you until there's more to analyze.
That's actually why we're here. This was found in Professor Euler's pocket.
Do you have any idea where to start?
I've seen a few of these before, but nothing like this. I don't know what you've gotten yourselves into, but be careful.
So we're out of luck then.
Well, not necessarily. The point of a series like this is to figure out whether it converges or diverges. It's way too complex to be a p-series or geometric series, but we can try the n-term test for divergence. If you substitute the letter n with infinity and it doesn't equal 0, the series diverges.
And what if it equals 0? Does it converge?
If it equals 0, the test doesn't tell us anything. You have to try a new test. Here, let me show you. The limit of the function is infinity over infinity, which is indeterminate, which means you have to take the derivative of the top and bottom separately. But since I don't know how to differentiate a factorial, you're going to have to find the answer a different way. Sorry, guys.
I guess it was too good to be true. Now we really are out of options.
Don't lose hope yet. There's still clues out there. You just have to find them.
Detectives McLaren and L Hospital. I just don't know what to do. This series is unsolvable. A career mathematician couldn't solve it. How are we?
I don't know. Maybe we can't solve it. But Taylor was right. We may not be mathematicians, but we are detectives. If the clues are out there, we'll find them.
But where do we start? All we have is a series. The answer could be anything.
What if it wasn't a series? Just treat it like any other case. What would you do then?
His co-workers. We should start by interviewing them.
It's settled then. I have to go home now, but we'll go to Remon Incorporated first thing tomorrow morning. I'll see you then.
Sure, see ya. Detectives McLaren and L Hospital.
Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
It's Lopetal. We just wanted to ask you a few questions about your colleague, Professor Euler. Let's start with the basics. Did it seem like he had any secrets?
Everyone has secrets. He probably had some too. Can I go?
We just have a few more questions. Did he seem like a good guy?
Yeah, he seemed good enough. Can I go?
What about his friends? Did any of them seem out of place?
They're all great guys. I know most of them myself.
I don't know. I didn't know him or his friends. Can I go?
I shared a lab with them. They came in all the time. If any of them were suspicious, I would know.
Did he act suspicious in any way?
No, normally we'd go out to drinks after work, but this time he stayed late. I didn't think twice about it though. It was normal for him.
No, can I go now?
Well, I wasn't with him all the time, but while I was around, no, he didn't act suspicious.
Do you know what Professor Euler was working on before he died?
No, I didn't know what he was working on. Can I go now?
Yeah, go. Get out of here.
Finally!
Sorry, he was working on something, but I have no idea what it was.
Thanks for your help. Just call us if you remember anything.
I will, and I hope you guys catch whoever did this. He mentioned something about a series, but I never saw it. Sorry I couldn't be of more help. Actually, there is something I've been working on in my lab. It's not finalized yet, but supposedly it solves all this series once it's done. I didn't get to show it to Professor Euler before he died, but I could show it to you guys. Maybe it can help.
Alright, lead the way.
Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
It's right over here. As you can see, we start with what we know about series, like the nth term test for divergence and p-series, and we sort every method of solving series that Riemann Incorporated has ever discovered, from alternating series tests to the root test, in the most efficient way possible.
Wow, this is everything we need to solve our series.
I'm glad I could help.
Thank you.
No problem.
Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital. We don't have time for this! This is getting us nowhere!
Calm down. We can go back to the scene of the crime. Maybe there's something we missed.
Okay, let's go.
Now?
Yes, now!
Sorry. Jeez.
Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
Look, it's all. I think I found something. I think it says decomp.
How could they miss a clue like this? Decomp. What does it mean?
They probably weren't looking hard enough, but I think it's referencing this flowchart. See? Direct comparison test.
You're a genius, McLaurin. Let's go back to the station and analyze this. Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
Okay, so we need to compare our series to another series. But what series?
Why don't you compare it to 1/2 to the 4n? It looks like our series.
Sounds good to me.
That looks like a geometric series with an r of 1/2 to the 4. And since 1/2 to the 4 is less than 1, doesn't it converge?
Awesome. That was easier than I thought. We should get down to the lab and have this analyzed.
Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
Let's see. You chose the series for comparison, and you did all your math right. But wait, the series you chose for comparison is smaller than Professor Euler's series.
Yeah, what's the problem?
See this? This means in order to determine if Professor Euler's series converges using the direct comparison test, the series you chose for comparison has to be larger than the original series. But the reverse is true to prove a series diverges. You would have to choose a series that is smaller than the original series, otherwise the test doesn't tell you anything.
I get it. The smaller series we chose doesn't restrict Professor Euler's series at all.
Guess that means we can't use this test.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Alright, thanks Taylor.
Anytime. Sorry guys, I really wish it had worked.
Yeah, me too. Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
Sorry L'Hopital, it's late. I gotta get going.
Okay, see you. We were so close! Why didn't it work?
I heard a crash. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Look, I'll come in first thing in the morning. We can look through anything that we haven't yet considered. His house, the crime scene, his jobs.
His job. He was killed coming back from his lab. Maybe there might be some footage of the murder.
That's a great idea. Let's have him send us the footage and we can look at it right away.
Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
Wait, there. It's Professor Euler, and he's being followed by one of the coworkers we interviewed.
That's weird. That coworker said that they didn't see Professor Euler. Let's call some patrols to pick her up and bring her in. And let's get some answers.
Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
What am I here for? I didn't do anything. I already told you guys. I don't know anything.
How about you just tell us where you were 2 nights ago?
Why? Do you think I murdered Professor Euler?
Just answer the question!
I was at the library with my friends. I swear I didn't kill the professor.
You said you didn't know Professor Euler, is that right?
I saw him a couple times, but I didn't really know him.
Then how come on the night Professor Euler was killed, you walked out of the building right after he did?
People walk out of buildings all the time. What if I helped you solve the series? Would you believe me then?
Maybe, but a killer could easily solve a series they themselves created.
Either way, it's solved.
What do you think?
Sure.
Alright, let's see if you can solve this. Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
There, I'm finished.
You solved it already?
It's pretty simple. You just have to use the ratio test. First you set it up like this, dividing a sub n plus 1 by a sub n. Then you find the limit as it approaches infinity, and then you're finished. And since the limit is greater than 1, the series diverges.
Her alibi checks out. You're free to go.
Now you believe me.
Wait, this just says it diverges. There's gotta be something else.
I don't know, that's all the ratio test tells you.
Hello?
Detective, it's me, Taylor. Come down to the lab right now. You're gonna want to see this.
Okay, got it. Taylor's got something for us in the lab. Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital.
Good, you're here. I found this in one of Professor Euler's files. It's the same series you guys showed me, but it's modified. See, the infinity sign is crossed off and there's a 14 next to it. I think Professor Euler was onto something and that's why he was killed.
Well, thanks to Lagrange, we know that the series diverges, but how does that help us?
It gives us a definite answer. I plugged the information into my computer and it gave me this number. 0.208888888.
So what?
I don't know. I don't have anything else. Sorry guys, I have to go.
Well, we learned from basic training that you have to round a number to 3 decimal places. So that makes our number 0.209. It's weird. I don't know where, but I've seen that number before.
I don't know. Maybe if we just look...
That's it! It's an address. 209 Divergence Street.
Let's go check it out.
I thought you had to go home. Maybe we should go in the morning when we have backup.
Are you kidding? This is our first solid lead. We can't let the trail run cold.
Okay, if you want to, let's go. Detectives McLaurin and L Hospital. Calc City PD, anyone home? Looks like nobody's here. You take that side, I'll take this side. Look for anything that can help us find the murderer.
Okay.
A graphing calculator. This must be the murder weapon, but who could the murderer be?
You just couldn't leave it alone, could you?
It was you this whole time. That's why the clue didn't work. Professor Euler didn't write it, you did. But why?
I don't know. I just felt like it.
It doesn't matter. You're a murderer. I still have to take you in.
You forgot about my partner.
Partner? That equation always trips me up.
Hey.
Ah. but I still gotta take you in.
Darn.
And that's why you always pay attention in calculus.
Are we making bloopers?
Yes.
How could they miss a clue like this? Decomp. What does it mean?
See there, direct comparison test.
You're a genius.
There, direct comparison test.
You're a genius.
There, direct comparison test.
You're a genius.
There, direct comparison test. There, direct composition.
McLaren, you're a genius.
When do I say good? You're here.
What am I supposed to say?
Wait, I don't get what I'm doing.
Michael Jackson. But if I say, do you know if he was working on anything? And then employee number 2 is like, actually, I've been working on a little project. It'd be like, who gives a about you?
LeBron James.
Orange James, I'm on the range.
I'm on the change.
We don't have time for this! We don't have time for this! I forget. We don't have time for this! Put on the... This is getting us nowhere!
1, 2, 3.